This Thursday marks 6 months since WHO declared COVID-19 a public health emergency of international concern. Almost 16 million cases have now been reported to WHO and more than 640,000 deaths. And the pandemic continues to accelerate.
In fact, it paved the way for social issues to flourish in the Philippines.
Palit lagi buka, 5 ka 5 kakidon, 5 kataon, 5 kayo umibukas ako mama.
These are the exact problems we face in the society that didn't get much attention because of the pandemic, and it brings the people to poverty. These people are the most vulnerable in these trying times because beyond their fear to social issues is their fear of starvation. Just like this 33 years old Emma Tejares who struggles to raise her 3 children. They lived in the remote area in municipality of Kapatagan, Barangay Kidalos. It is an estimated 10 kilometers away from the central town. Upon arriving at their home, you will experience a terrible road situation. From a rough road to a muddy trail. And crossing to a terrifying river of which Nanay Emma crossed every day to go for work. If rain comes, the river would be dangerous and they have no other way to go, and they rather stay in their home for their safety. Kaya nga naman, lagi no, kay Piti, mahal. Now that we're gradually getting up from the problems of COVID-19 pandemic,
We are not talking to pressure somebody, but to remind that actions should be taken into account.
We have seen how the former administration tried to address these social issues.
As a future social worker, we urge the new administration to give attention to this issue more than what they can serve.
it is because only fair system in our government can actively eradicate these social issues.
As the catalyst of change,
We aim to help.
by suggesting to implement the following solution. This is just one of the poor road condition in our localization. Citizens are asking how will local government take steps.
Because it's been 3 decades, people have not seen development yet, which is why they can attest that it roughly affects their lives, most especially the students.
Poor road condition can lead to more than just a bumpy ride. Roads can deteriorate to the level where they become dangerous. This includes potholes, uneven road surfaces, broken concrete, exposed rebar, sinkholes, and road cracks. These things can damage vehicles and injure occupants. The worst accident occurred when the driver does not expect the road condition to be so dangerous. Having a poor road system makes it more difficult for children to go to school and more expensive for farmers to bring their products to the market. It will also have an impact on the economy. A road in poor condition will increase vehicle costs, increase travel time, and even damage the loads carried. And it also influences the accident rate and the comfort of road users as well as the environment. For this reason, socio-economic consequences should always be taken into consideration when allocating budget for the low-volume roads, when selecting roads for maintenance and rehabilitation, and when choosing maintenance strategies for the selected roads.
We believe that helping the barangay officials, especially the barangay captains, on how to make barangay resolution through seminars would be a great help. One problem we saw is that barangay officials don't know how to make one. That's why they don't take bold actions for their people. After that, we will back them and serve it to the concerned authorities in the government so that this would be heard and prioritized.
unemployment.
Underemployment rate, which Merriam-Webster defines as jobs inadequate with respect to their training or economic needs, was at 12.6% in June 2022. The PSA said that this was lower than the 14.5% underemployment rate recorded in May 2022. This translates to a decrease of 780,000 underemployed people from 6.67 million in May 2022 to 5.89 million in June 2022. The PSA said, still, individuals who are unemployed are often more susceptible to several challenges, including difficulty in finding future employment and decreased income. Unemployment also impacts society and the economy as a whole.
16 years old Jason Tingkang is just one of the million kids who were impacted by the fact that his parents were unemployed. Because of the circumstances, he is compelled to start working at a young age because his father's income isn't sufficient for their family.
Trabaho sa akong papa, wanong basakan, lampas ra, di kasya ang nakita, din mo tabang-tabang to. Mga alas 6 kapit, kay matikay din, nalungan-lungan at tulong patatan, buwang sikat, drive din, kaunto, makaon, kaunto din, di kahapon, mga alas 5 kapit, grahin na, iparay din, kay na po.
Later, he admits that sometimes he feels tired in making money and doing his schoolworks at the same time. But for him, he has no choice but to keep going, for he was born poor but never dreamed to be poor forever. Imagine how many children are affected due to unemployment.
As a future social worker, we strongly believe that guiding them through the process of applying for unemployment benefits, providing emotional and mental health support, helping them a sound self-care plan, connecting them to unemployment and job search resources in their community, providing advice on career and life transitions, helping them to set personal and professional goals, and developing a daily, weekly, and monthly schedule to achieve these goals. Most importantly, we urge the government to prioritize economic growth. It is the best way for the government to address the problem of unemployment. When there is economic growth, employers will be more willing and able to employ more workers. This helps to address the issue of unemployment.
Maylin, Nasilyang Garcia, ako yung ko sa Butano, Kapatagan, Lano, Norte. Akong gidan, size. Ako ba na 41, ako 49. Lima kamok anak na mo. Sa unang panahon, akong ba na manakaay naglobe. Di makakuwatawi, kapilibo ra. Di palit lang ikugas. Lima kakidon, may magkataon. Di makayod umikugas akong mama. Ayun, may kakaon. Maslungag balangoy. Malukoy sa ko mga anak na makakita ko ng anak mga anak balangoy.
Miss Mylene is a living proof of how hard it is to conquer poverty.
Poverty is a state or condition in which a person or community lacks the financial resources and essentials for a minimum standard of living. Poverty-stricken people and families might go without proper housing, clean water, healthy food, and medical attention.
The increase in inflation rate has been a burden to Nanay Mylene as the prices of commodities increase. Thus, life for Mylene and her husband is a constant battle, a battle that they are always disadvantaged.
Kaulay ganin bitang way trabaho bana way lupi sa kaon. Di mi ka kaon gihapon. Pareha ra gyapon kanser na mo karon sa una. Pareha ra gyapon.
Poverty is not new to us due to the fact that it roughly affects many people in our country since then. But did you know that the extent of its effect is horrifying? Women, elderly, marginalized groups, and worse is children are at risk due to poverty.
Kani akong gipulit sa akong mama na sa una dito mi sa bukid. Kaya akong anak itong hitabo sa akong anak girip man, nahadlok man me isaad gigipasyon me. Diri lang gipulit sa akong mama. Ito po yung mas bukit, cameraman dito, kami may silingan.
Mom, I will go to school now to submit my modules and we will have an examination. Okay, make sure just to come home early, okay? Okay, Mom. Thank you. Take care. Hi, baby. Come here. Rizal? 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 Honey, what happened? Nothing, Mom. You're sure? I mean, like, just tell me the truth. I've heard something from the neighbors earlier. Mom, I was raped with the 5 guys. I know 2 of them, but I am not familiar with the other 3. Wait, what? Are you okay? We will ask for help, okay? We will give justice to this, okay? We will ask for help from Happy Tulfo, okay?
Mayong hapon, ngayon ko tabang nimo kay lisod kaayo ni. Akong anak girep sa iyang barkada. Wala ko kahibalo nga tabangan day siya. Unya lisod ka istanan mi nga wa ko'y wa mi kabayad sa abogado. Tabangi taon mi sir Tulfo maluoy ka pobre kaayo mi. Akong bana manakaay ra. Dayon wa mi kwat kabayad sa abogado. Tabangi sir Tulfo maluoy ka namo pobre kaayo mi.
We have seen how poverty hinders people acquire justice, and how many of them will experience such turmoil before we take it into consideration. Thus, we should address it as early as possible, and we believe that individual intervention will be a great help so that people will understand their situation and change their behavior and environment. It is necessary because we cannot change people's lives if they don't want to help themselves in the first place. Second is community education and development. Here, educating communities on how to avoid or reduce these problems will help communities find more productive ways of working together. Also, we believe that building economic opportunities for impoverished people can greatly help and implement it through helping them find job security and opportunities. Third is providing advocacy services. Here, mediating or directly intervening with social services organizations or governmental agencies will be a key part of poverty intervention. And lastly, social policy development. We know how powerful policies in addressing these issues are. Thus, we believe that it is effective if we work directly with elected officials to discuss community needs or to suggest possible changes to specific social policies that affect the poor.
Pustisya sa akong anak kay akong anak na daot yun. Akong pustisya akong gusto kung mga laki mapriso akong gusto ron kay tukoy ba kong anak nang ulo ba ng puta nang matrix sa akong anak ni Gano na daot. Kaning eviction ang matrix. Kaya akong gusto kong anak makainog tambal. Ano ba akong gusto mapriso mga nakandang hilabot sa akong anak. Akong gusto makabalay sa ubos. Makabalay mabakong mga anak mga kumilang talo. Ako nagkaroon makabalay na sipot. Mami balay ko.
Despite any turmoil, as a mother, Nanay Maylene still holds on to what she believes is right.
Sama kami sa mga kagwana, ibyan, at mga anak, pinipagdagdahan, manunod, bisag kalisa ng mga anak, pinipyaan, bulungay dyan ang kamatayon.
Of this pandemic, uncertainty is inevitable. So is the need of the poor to struggle day by day. Therefore, do not blame or shame them for asking help from the government. This isn't the time to be inhumane. Hear them and lend a hand as much as you can. for it's the time where they need us and our government the most.